Today I had an interesting conversation with a friend about money, specifically about your relationship with money. And I decided to record this because it might be helpful for someone. So she told me that she has fear of having no money, right? Of having no money left, of being broke, of no money. And she asked me, like, how do you do this? Because you're a single mom taking care of the house, switching career path right now. Like, even photography, your job was never like really stable, But how are you coping with this? Because she says, I never sensed any anxiety from you about the money, any like frustration, pressure, stress, like it looks like you're chill. And she also has a family member who is also chill about the money, but there she has an explanation. She says, well, that person doesn't have kids, doesn't have any responsibility, it's different. I don't think it's really connected, like it depends whether you have kids or not. In my opinion, it's really the mindset that you have. And don't get me wrong, I didn't come from like a rich family. I was not born with like a golden spoon, whatever. I had it all. I was in a situation after I came to Canada, after I got married, like we were so broke. We didn't have money. I didn't have money to buy a bus ticket. I would walk with a huge belly, being pregnant. I would walk like, I don't know, 5 metro stations, So I would go to a food bank. I know it all. Like, I know what it is. But even then, in that situation, I know that that was my choice. That was my choice to go through this and just to play this game. Like, to play the game of being broke at this moment. I wanted to leave that experience. Because everything is in your mind. I truly believe that everything is in your mind. And how you set your mind, this is what's going to be in your life. And right now, in my mind, money is just energy. Money doesn't end. Money comes to you. You attract the money. And that doesn't mean sitting on the couch and just waiting. Not what I'm saying at all. That means not stressing that money is gonna end and what am I gonna do then. She was like, teach me. I gave it a good thought. Honestly, I gave it a good thought. I'm like, oh, fudge, I don't know how to teach, but that gave me a really good reason to think about. So what I have now, what kind of mindset I have, is just, she's asking me like, but imagine you have no money. And you know what? My mind doesn't even go there. It doesn't. Like, it's blocked. This thought is blocked right there. In my universe, it just doesn't exist that there is no more money. I don't even want to think about it. And I don't find that it's negligence or something, or not being able to take responsibility. Like, excuse me, I have kids in the house. Like, but I don't even want to, like, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Like, it's okay. I'm gonna think about it. If that happens, I'll think about it. I don't even want to think about it now. The same for me is the infidelity. Infidelity in my universe, it just doesn't exist. And she asked me, okay, and for example, like, what if one of your boyfriends like did cheat on you? But I don't know that. It doesn't exist. Like, it's not that it doesn't exist physically. It doesn't exist in my universe. Like, I don't fear that. I don't think about it. I don't give that any energy. It just, in my life, it does not exist. The same with, oh, I have no money left. Money will come. Money always comes. Money always comes, one way or the other. Money will come. What do you mean it's gonna end? It can't end. You can have a zero, like, yeah, you can have $0 in your bank account, but money is there. It's everywhere. It's gonna come. And if you find yourself broke and at 50, it doesn't mean that, like, that's it. You can become even richer than now. And I was thinking about him, like, but it wasn't actually, it was like, yes, I've had an easier relationship with money maybe than most people, but it didn't happen just like that. Like, if I were to teach somebody that mindset, and actually all of this I did. So it starts with very simple practices, like first grade level practice. You have to write down a list of all blocking beliefs, like all the blueprints that are connected with the money. All of it. And then really work each one by one. So I've done a lot of Theta Healing. I offer Theta Healing sessions. I've done a lot of courses. So what we did there, we were given a list of like different limiting beliefs in all areas of our life. And we would do a sway test. It's literally a physical test when you stand up, stand straight, nice and tall. You close your eyes, and basically you ask a question, you let your body sway front or back without controlling, because your body knows the answer. This I will repeat. I always say the body knows the answer. And once you have a connection with your body, you can find any answer possible. So this is what we would be doing. So each blueprint, we would check if we have it. On different levels of beliefs. So we have 4 different levels of beliefs, right? We have for example, it was passed on by like the previous generation, passed on from a generation to generation, given to you by your mother. You took it at some point in life, right? Maybe you were somebody told you something and it just stuck with you, and it became your limiting belief. It became your blueprint. So there's 4 different levels of beliefs. So we check if we have this blueprint on all the levels. So once we identify, okay, I have this. So then we work on it. So I can only speak for Theta Healing. In Theta state, we go into that moment when you took this limiting belief as a truth. Something happened, somebody told you something happened in your previous lives, if you believe in that. Maybe it's not even your belief. Maybe it was really imprinted in your mind in your childhood. So we get in that situation, the first situation that comes to mind, like we try to find the furthest one, like the first one, the most initial one. And first, we need to identify, okay, what are the positive sides here? What are the lessons? Like, why? What are the benefits of these limiting beliefs? What are the benefits? What did we take from there? What did we learn there? For example, maybe, yeah, it learned us a value of money. So all the benefits that we took, we keep them, right? But then we also see, okay, and what lessons we were trying to learn there. And we have to think about, okay, like that maybe how to take responsibility, how to make money, how to step outside of the comfort zone, how to think outside of the box, okay? So we think about all the lessons, how to find stability and your inner strength, you know, how to rely on yourself, whatever it is. And then we basically rewrite that blueprint. So we take all the positive that we learn from it, we keep it. But we don't need that situation anymore. We don't need to keep that blueprint. Okay, it served us well. And we just leave it there, but we rewrite. For example, you have a limiting belief that you can only make money like doing hard work. Okay, that maybe taught you not to be lazy, to actually like being able to work, being able to make money, being able to hustle, being able to take responsibility for your family. Good. But is it really beneficial for you right now, that limiting belief that you can only make money by doing hard, by working hard, by working like 24/7, you know, for example? I'm exaggerating, but you know, and you can just rewrite this limiting belief into a different one, that money can come, like you don't need to work more to make more, that the amount of time you spend working is not like, you understand? It's not equivalent in the amount of money you're getting. Like it's not connected at all. So we rewrite onto something else. And then we can check again on that sway test whether this blueprint or not left, or it's still there. If it's still there, then we probably need to dig deeper. And some of the blueprints, they just go like that, it's easy. And some really stay for a long time. Like it just, some of them, they really need more work, more inner work, more like dig deeper, because some of them, they come to us like they're passed from a generation to a generation. So then we can check, okay, it's gone. We need to do something to, you know, anchor it in the physical life. So do something in the physical world, like in life, to anchor this blueprint, and just let it imprint in your body, in every cell of your body. So this is a big work that I've done, you know. In Theta Healing, we did all that with different, all the spheres of life, financial, health, relationships, everything. Because we all have limiting beliefs. We all have something that's like just blocking us. So that was step number 1, you know. And then another thing that you can do, you know, like I'm looking at my backyard and I have a lot of dandelions in the grass. So how you can fight that, right? So you can go and pick each dandelion one by one. That's gonna take time. That's your limiting beliefs. You can pick them up one by one. But what else can you do? You can just remove all of it and put the new grass. You can put a different type of grass. I think it's called like clover grass. And the clover is actually like gonna take over the dandelions, right? That's another way. And when we talk about normal life, right? If we bring it into normal life, what can you do? So you can work on removing the limiting beliefs, but you can also think, okay, what can I do to support myself and to imprint a new thing, like to look at this from a different perspective. So what I do is I have a set of like a meditation, like a set of practices, supporting practices that help me. And every time I start getting in that mindset, when I start getting anxious about the money and the financial situation, and I start getting stressed, like, oh, I'm not making enough, I need more, like stuff like that, I have things that help me cope with that and come back to my center, come back to to myself, you know, to my stability, and not to the state of like chasing and worrying about this, you know, go and get it, but into a state of attracting. And there's meditations, like I meditate, let's say if I feel that stress is taking over, I sit down in a meditation, and yes, I work on my energy first. I switch my energy from the minus to a plus, right? From a lack to abundance. You can be grateful for what you already have, you know. That starts with gratitude journal, or you can do it in a meditation. Be grateful for what you already have. So you have to change your vibrations, change your state of mind, do some exercises, do whatever it takes for you, whatever works to switch from the negative to a positive. And then from that positive state, you work on attracting, and you attract. You don't chase, you attract. That's what it means. And it just comes. Don't forget, you're still doing actions. Although sometimes there are situations when you can do one small action, you know, like I'm sure you've seen those examples when sometimes people do like, I don't know, a little thing and it's just abundance. Just because they don't have this mentality in the head that, for example, they have to work hard or easy money like that, it's impossible. But it doesn't mean that they didn't do any actions. This easy money, making money in an easy way, easy money doesn't mean that you're not working. It does not mean that. It means that you're not scared to lose. You are not scared to stay with nothing, because you know that it's infinite. It's just energy, and energy is infinite. It's the same energy as you wake up tired. Are you scared to be tired? No. You know what to do not to be tired anymore. And not coffee. To go start physical activity. That gives you energy, right? The healthy ways of not being tired. Are you scared of being tired? No. You're tired, you do something to get back to a normal state. The same with money. So why being scared? It's the same energy. It's energy. It's energy. And it's abundant. It's everywhere. So yeah, that was our conversation, and I just decided to record this just like that, super chill, super easy. My caffeine-free coffee, it already got cold. Plant-based coffee, not a real coffee. It's like the coffee alternative. So yeah, share what you think about it, whether it was helpful or not. I'm curious to see what you're gonna take from it. I hope it was helpful.